I'm sure Brother Tiger won't blame me. Shaman.
Fine. Very good. Very good.
Who are you? What are you doing here? What do you want of me?
Me? Your friend Kuan Yin knows me well.
Master, she's innocent.
Oh. What has innocence got to do with it?
Mr. Bunyan!
Through the time of Juan Mahujaj, to when the Saharan climate changed dramatically, covering the dunes with vegetation and turning the valleys into lakes. It all happened 10,000 years ago, when a shift in the Earth's axis caused the tropical monsoons to penetrate further north, right into the central Sahara. And with these rains came the ancestors of Juan Mahujaj.
10,000 years ago, black humans coming from the south, following the monsoon belt, occupied the central range of the Sahara. This led to the first occupation of the central Sahara, and we have these black people in the central ranges in the Caucasus Mountains and in the immediate surroundings.
And they were not the only ones. Around 7,000 years ago, people from Mesopotamia and Palestine arrived, introducing cattle and goats into the central Sahara.
So we can imagine that the central Sahara, the Caucasus Mountains, has been one of the first world melting pot, because we have black people coming from the south and say something like white people coming from the Near East and probably Eastern Sahara.
Today in Libya, you can see the legacy of this early melting pot.
Walking down the streets of present-day Libya, I'm always struck by the incredible diversity of humanity that one encounters, and that reflects broadly the sort of crossroads position of Libya within the Mediterranean with its Saharan hinterland. Libya's been a great melting pot throughout its history, but what's really surprising is how far back in time that goes, this intermingling of white Mediterranean types with Negroid Saharan types.
So as the video pointed out, there was a mixture taking place between 10,000 and 7,000 years ago in Libya and the Central Sahara. Intermingling was happening with people from Mesopotamia and Palestine, or the Levant area, and Africans. The genetic data confirms this. But people from the Middle East didn't only migrate back to Africa, they also migrated into Europe.
And then bring new genes into Europe, and then basically all those three different populations, the indigenous Europeans, the hunter-gatherers, the early farmers that came 7,500 years ago, and those people that came about 5,000 years ago into Europe, they admix. And this happens in what we call the Bronze Age. And this genetic makeup that comes out of this mixture that happens about 4,000 to 5,000 years ago is what we find in all Europeans today. So every single European population today has all these three genetic components that until 10,000 years ago were completely separated. They were European, Asian, and Near Eastern, and then 4,000 to 5,000 years ago, they all mixed together.
So Eurasians migrated into Europe and Africa as the genetic evidence and craniometric evidence shows. However, we have other evidence that they migrated back into Africa, especially Egypt. Cultural connections. Cylinder seals have a Mesopotamian origin, yet they are found in pre-dynastic Egypt. Furthermore, when you look at Narmers' palette, what Mr. Imhotep fails to mention is that there are many images on there that show cultural elements from Mesopotamia. The first cultural element that shows Asiatic influence is the serpal part on the back of Narmers' palette, which has been found on a cylinder seal from Mesopotamia. The resemblance is indisputable. The second Asiatic influence that can be seen on Narmers' palette and also the bull's palette from Egypt is the artistic style of how the bull is drawn. It's exactly similar to other depictions of bulls from Mesopotamia, some which even predate the Narmers' palette. So to review, we can clearly see that Eurasians migrated into Europe and intermixed with the natives. At the same time, they also migrated into Africa and intermixed with the natives there too. This is evidenced by genetics and craniometric studies. This admixture event was taking place in Africa way before Egypt's formation. Furthermore, these Eurasians had to bypass Egypt to get into the Central Sahara. Many Mesopotamian artifacts found in Egypt predate Narmers' palette. And Narmers' palette itself shows Mesopotamian influence. There is zero reason to downplay the Eurasian element in Africa and Egypt.